Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, folks, to the SML Sidelines podcast. You are joined with a couple of new voices and one familiar one. The one and only Haley McGoldrick
Hello.
is here. Our producer, our team mom, and our resident Ohio State Buckeyes fan. Say hello to the people.
Hello. There was 2 Ohio State Buckeyes on the Patriots roster. Just want to point that out.
Wow,
Bucks.
congratulations. We will get into that very shortly, but let's finish introductions first.
Sorry.
We have another new voice, our great guest for today. He's lean, mean, fighting machine, weighing in at a solid 372 pounds. No, I'm just messing around. We got Sandro Severin here. Say what up to the people.
I'm excited to be here, for sure. What's going on, guys?
Alrighty. And the voice that you're hearing now, last but certainly not least, wow, words are hard. Certainly not least, it is Zach Jazzy. You may have heard me a couple times last season, but we've had a bit of turnover in terms of the personnel on this show, so I will be one of the new staples here.
Also, we'll have Spencer Malone.
Spencer Malone. He will be joining us as well, a resident basketball fan, but he is babysitting his dog right now.
Honestly, I respect that.
Yeah, no, it's good. I wish he brought the dog here.
Yeah, why didn't you bring the dog on?
I would love the dog right here.
Yeah, you're not that much of a new voice. Like, were you on the pod twice last
I was on the
semester?
pod twice. So
the people know you.
the people may know me.
I'm the fresh face.
You are the fresh face.
You're a fresh voice because
Fresh
our
voice.
camera never works, apparently.
It records for like 12 minutes and then shuts off. And it's like, what am I going to do? Just show 12 minutes of footage and then like a black screen for the rest?
Potentially.
I could.
As long as they get the face to the name and
I feel
the
like
voice.
people would want to watch Dutch and Evan, but like,
It's
me
fine.
not
It's
so
fine. I
much.
won't take it personally.
Yeah, what
No,
about us?
I'm not
won't-
saying you
we
guys.
won't
I'm
take
saying
it
I'm
personally.
saying like if I put a black screen on for our previous pods when they didn't work.
Everyone would want to watch you,
Yeah, I know.
including me. Okay.
Love you.
So, first order of business. A football game was played
The worst Super Bowl ever.
yesterday.
Literally awful.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I enjoyed it. You know, just some good defense all around.
food, good
some great
food.
coaching. I was more tracking El Prez, Dave Portnoy, and his arrest. I don't know if you guys saw
I did
that.
see. I saw a little bit of it. So he got.
So basically, what happened was he and PFT commenter from Part of My Take. They went to Media Day, Super Bowl
Yes.
Media Day.
I
And
did see that.
so they had fake credentials because technically Barstool isn't a quote unquote like media company. So they got fake credentials so they can get in. They got kicked out and told that if they showed face at the Super Bowl, they would be arrested. So PFT commenter being this, I don't want to say smart because he's like not a smart lad, but great guys though. I'm 100% big fans. If you're hearing this, which you're not, and but no, so he didn't go. But Dave Portnoy thought, "Fuck you." Oh, sorry. First swear of the word.
No, we swear on this podcast.
Oh, we do swear?
Because we couldn't on Radio Laureate. That was the thing. And also, literally, like the first podcast. Do you not remember the first podcast we ever did? I swore like 5 seconds into it
Did you?
by accident. That was on Radio Laureate. Now that it's ours, Logan said he didn't care.
That's fucking hype. Okay, no, so Dave Portnoy said, screw you, Roger Goodell, and he went and he got dragged out. But enough about Barstool because they're the competition.
They are.
They are.
But yeah, I
neck
don't
and
know.
neck.
The thing is, like, the game, like, if you love defense, then yeah, the game was good. There was like 8 punts in a row at one point. Like,
I mean, I think the worst stat from that game has got to be that the Rams didn't have one red zone snap. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna win a football
that
game
was
on?
brutal. Well, that was like at one
Well,
point.
they won't.
No.
I think it was either going into halftime or going into the fourth quarter. Jared Goff was like 5 for 15.
That was brutal. I love the
was
fact
awful.
that Tom Brady's first throw was a pick, too.
Yeah.
It was just a mess from that point on.
Honestly,
Like, you knew that it was going downhill.
that wasn't it like one of the most low scoring Super Bowls?
It was the lowest.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah. I think it was, I want to say, I'll look it up, but I want to say it was Super Bowl like 7 was like 14-7.
Oh, so
and that was like the second lowest or something.
Jesus.
Here, I'll look it up. I could be wrong, but
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if Jared Goff didn't throw that interception with like 4 minutes left in the game, it could have been different.
I don't know.
But, like-
He floated that up there. How he thought that was gonna
He's
end up in the receiver's hands.
He's actually like Watson was saying. Shout out Alex Watson. He's sick today, but he's a Pats fan. We were trying to have him on after last year when he went to Minnesota and they lost. But I was talking to Watson. He said that in December, Goff had like the lowest QBR in like the entire league. Like
did he?
was just
I don't know. They turned it around, man. Like, He's still so young though.
He is. Like, he's
so-
got
I
time.
don't know if he shows potential. Like, you look at Mahomes, you look at Mayfield, you look at Lamar Jackson. Those guys show potential, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I see the potential from Goff. For sure,
He had some like. The other thing is like, he kind of shit the bed here, but like I'm gonna go ham with this swearing thing. No, I'm kidding. He did not have a good game, but the other thing is it's his first time in the Super Bowl. It's Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl. Todd Gurley's first time in the Super Bowl. Like, these guys are young. They're gonna be back. Like,
yeah.
they will.
For sure.
Jared Goff will win a Super Bowl at some point.
That's
Sean McVay will win a Super Bowl.
Sean McVay's actually like the smartest coach.
He will.
in the
So
NFL.
smart.
next to Tony
Have you ever
Romo.
seen that clip when they're like, okay, like fourth quarter, 7 minutes left, you're on like the 38-yard line, and he's like, oh, they ran like a J slant and this, and there's a touchdown. Like, he literally knows like every play that he's ever run.
Jesus Christ.
He's so smart.
Wow. Sorry, just to get back to it. Yeah, so I was correct. Super Bowl 7 had 21 total points.
This one is
Super Bowl 53 had 16.
I just like my biggest thing that blows my mind is how the Patriots were 21st or 23rd ranked defense this year, and somehow they were able to hold the Rams to 3 points and take Kansas City to their lowest scoring game almost of the season.
I don't know, man. It's insane.
Like, where did it come from?
Well, that's like there was a stat too that all 5 teams who beat the Patriots this year didn't make the postseason.
Steelers! Yay!
The Dolphins.
No, and
The Bills beat them, or
Yeah, I think they did.
Bills
actually.
beat
I
Bills
think
beat them.
they
Yeah,
actually
it
did.
was not a pretty loss for them. But I think my friend Ben said it perfectly yesterday. He was like, the Rams have a better offense, the Rams have a better defense, but the Patriots are the better team. And it's just true because like they've been there so many times. Like, they just knew how to act, and like even though they were going into the fourth quarter with 3 points and a total of 6 points in the game, they didn't really like sweat it or anything. They knew that they just like knew what to do and were able to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
And like that's all they needed, right? Like, and then as soon as they got that touchdown, you saw them. They weren't going for anything crazy. They were just getting their first downs and like running the clock.
other than
their timeouts
the Gronk throw to the 1 yard line that right before the touchdown, I think like every pass before that was below 10 yards.
Yeah.
Like every pass, I was watching a recap of it actually prior to this podcast, and it was just every pass was like there was 5 yards on either side of his intended target. There was no one. Like, they were just small passes, but something I guess Goff couldn't fucking get around. So
Yeah, no.
and Gurley did next to nothing.
Well, it's funny because Sony Michel is also from Georgia, and I was like, well, it shows who the better running back from Georgia was.
Yeah. So what did we think about the halftime show? What are our thoughts on that?
My mom was complaining about Travis Scott because she's like, you couldn't even hear what he said because all the words were bleeped out.
I think my favorite thing was that everyone hyped up Travis Scott so that he could sing half of Sicko Mode and then get taken off into the crowd.
Literally.
And it was like, we were all waiting for him to come back, and then out comes Big Boy. We're just like, what the hell?
The shittier half of Outkast.
Yeah, like
I
literally.
want Andre 3000.
Honestly.
I couldn't get over the California tattoo. Just that I couldn't get my
That
eyes
was
off
so
that on.
strange how he like had the jacket on and then that ugly ass tank top and then took it off.
I like
Did you see the
Maroon 5.
meme?
I like
I really
Maroon
like
5.
Maroon
I've
5.
seen them in concert. Like, I've paid money to see them. I like Maroon 5, but that was just
That was
like
just shit.
underwhelming. Like, remember when Beyonce literally like ruined the lighting at the Super Bowl because like her halftime show was just like incredible? Like, that's what I'm expecting.
Well, who's been the last couple halftime shows? It was Justin Timberlake last year.
Left Shark definitely has been the best halftime show of all time.
No, Bruno Mars has put on a good show.
Bruno Mars did. Lady Gaga did.
Yeah.
Lady
Katy Perry.
Gaga had an amazing one.
Katy Perry
as well. There's been some good ones. There was like the hype was too much, and then like
It
the
was
other thing is
also a
like
weird combo of people.
I still don't understand why the fuck Big Boy was there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was such a weird combination. It's because apparently, like, with the whole Kaepernick thing, if you, like, agreed to the Super Bowl, you're, like, against Colin Kaepernick, pretty much.
Yeah, like I mean, Cardi B turned it down.
That's what I was gonna say. The huge controversy.
But she
right?
did, she was at the Super Bowl weekend. Like, she performed, like, during the weekend. She just didn't do it, like, for the actual game.
That's silly.
And how Travis Scott, I'm surprised he's not facing backlash from his
Oh,
fans.
he is. Not from his fans, but, like, he's facing backlash because, like, what are you doing?
It's like also like I mean, the other thing is like screw you. Yeah, like just because I perform and like have an opportunity to perform on one of the biggest
Make
stages
money
I'll
too,
ever
right?
perform on.
That's
Not
revenue.
even that. Like Travis Scott, obviously Travis Scott is a well-known like singer, like a rapper. He's like really good.
Yeah.
But he's got a long career ahead of him,
Oh,
right?
for
So like this
sure.
is like an opportunity for him to like just grow like so much more.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people, like there's definitely people out there who are like, I've never heard of Travis Scott before in my life, and then they watch this and they're like, oh, that half of Sicko Mode was great. Like I like that guy.
Literally.
I don't know what they think. They forgot to auto-tune his microphone prior, though. That was a different performer out there in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like with all rappers, the auto-tune is indeed prevalent.
Yes.
But what can you do? Hopefully next year it's better.
Super Bowl 54.
Did anyone see that kick? The
the punt.
The kick at the end of the game was horrible. That was just so far. Not the, but they were.
Yeah, that was
down.
god awful. But there was no way they were going to do anything.
But the kick that made it 10-3. No, what? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking
sorry.
about the longest punt by Johnny Hecker.
No, the field goal. I was talking about the field goal in the Super Bowl. They made it 13-3.
Oh, okay.
Where they're on 4th and inches. Do you think that was a smart call? I mean, obviously with the punt going through the uprights, obviously it's paid off. But
You mean in terms of them going for 1 rather than 2?
no, they went for the field goal instead of like on 4th. It was 4th and inches, and it was literally inches.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that.
Like I was surprised.
They were up, right? Like they turned it into a 2-score game regardless, right? It was 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they would.
So, like,
even
if
if they went for 2, it would still be like 13-11.
Yeah.
Like if the Rams scored and went for 2, it would still be 13-11.
Yeah, right. So like it's a 2-score game regardless of how you slice it or dice it. And I think from what I remember, there was like 2.5 minutes left, 3 minutes left, or something like that, right?
Was like that was right after Goff threw the interception, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like I don't know. Like I was actually talking about that. I'm surprised I didn't remember that. We had like a debate, me and my roommates, when we were watching that, but. I'm pretty sure originally they were gonna go for it, like not go for the kick, like
go for it 4th and
I
know
it
was
first.
Very smart play, obviously, because I think the benefits more in the what's the word? What they were gonna lose out there, right? Like it's 4th and 1. You don't need the touchdown. You need
yeah. Like I mean, as long as they were able to turn it into a 2-score game, it doesn't matter. And the other thing is, Christ, I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was James Washington, but I could be wrong. But a couple weeks back, I'm going to relate it back to the Steelers. But like a while back, there's 4th and inches, and we lost it, and that lost us the game. And like I don't remember the details. It was just a random game in like I think week 8 or something. But like 4th and inches is never guaranteed, especially when you've got like the D line that the Rams have.
Well, think about it too. If they don't take that field goal, and then it's 10-3, and by some miracle of God, the Rams score and go for 2,
the Rams get 30 yards,
and the Rams they score and they go for 2 and they get it, you lose that game.
Yeah, when you got Aaron Donald and Sue lining up, like it's never guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So like I agree with that. I agree with going for that, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean.
Now, when they threw that pick, did you see how fast Michelle ran down that field with that ball? He had about 2 or 3 runs for 10 plus. Like I think after that pick, like I think the Rams had a chance. I mean, obviously the game's pretty much over there, but they could have possibly a forced fumble, anything, and they just let Michelle. They basically gave up at that point, and it was just kind of.
And that's the thing with, and like I think that goes back to the fact that they haven't been there, right? They don't understand that. Like they got way too like. I mean, like obviously I'm speculating, but like once you see a pick, you just get emotional and you're like, your first reaction is to like put your hands on your head and say, oh crap, right? Whereas like the Patriots, they got a pick, and instead of feeling like, oh crap, I just got a pick, like celebrate. They're like, they know it's a football game. They know they got a pick. They're running, right?
Yeah.
So like that's the next thing is just like, I mean, like obviously that's a speculation.
No, honestly,
like,
I see it a lot in college. Like obviously, I watch a lot of college football. I see a lot. Like guys get interceptions and they like stand there. I'm like, run! What are you doing?
Yeah, because
like,
they just get excited, right?
Yeah, like I get it. It's hype. It's like, yo, you stop them from scoring and you can score now. Like I get it,
well,
but it's like run.
They do too much, and they think they're gonna pick 6.
Well, the thing is too that like 5 seconds that they take stalling, being like, what am I gonna do? The defense is on them. Whereas if they just run, there's that open lane because there is no defense. It's the other team's offense trying to defend you now. Like
exactly.
I notice that all the time.
I wish there was more content to talk about this game, but there's pretty much nothing to go on. But
yeah.
In terms of next season, we're looking at the draft class. We see what's his name, Kelly Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, that's it. Kyler Murray. I was thinking of the...
Did he? I thought he...
Yeah, is he not going baseball?
No.
Yeah, I thought the A's gave him that. Sorry, I thought the A's gave him that $15 million deal.
I don't know. That's insane.
That's what my dad said, but I was like, I don't think
I'm pretty sure...
He hasn't... When was the last
Look
time
at
he
his
played...
stats.
But when was the last time he played baseball? Why would they give him that deal?
Because he's so good.
I know.
He's
but like,
amazing.
But it's not like... Was he a dual sport athlete at Oklahoma? I don't think so.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, was
he
he?
played Oklahoma baseball.
Oh, he
yeah.
did?
Yep.
Okay.
So he's saying it said Kyler Murray to make NFL decision after Super Bowl. Well, it's after the Super Bowl.
Come on, Kyler.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like, even just to be in that situation, like, you're a Heisman Trophy winner and you, like, have the opportunity to play for the A's and make $50 million, like...
Yeah, or make money in the NFL, like...
But here's the thing, like, with baseball, it's such a streaky sport. Like, I looked at his stats, and I think he was only hitting, like, 280, which is still great, but... Like, he's not like he's a home run hitter, he's a center fielder, he's fast, but, like, do you think he's going to be a generation, not necessarily generational, but an amazing player that has a career in baseball, whereas I feel like in football, at least, he should have a career at least.
Well, you never know. And the other thing is with him, it's like the one thing that I've read a lot is like, yeah, he's better at football. Like that's kind of like a given, right? But it's about what you enjoy at the end of the day. And from what I've read and what I've seen, like I said, I'm not a huge college football guy, so like I don't really know that much, but I understand the story. And from what I've read, he's a big baseball guy. Like, he loves baseball. So, like, at the end of the day, he's going to make millions of bucks. His name's going to be known. It's just a matter of for what.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair enough.
And the other thing is safety, too, right? That has to be on his mind. Like, you can die in the NFL. Like, I mean, like, that's worst case scenario, obviously. But, like, the way that it is now and the way that people are starting to treat CTE and concussions and stuff, like, they're messed up, man. Like...
Yeah.
So
I just hope he's not picking
mind.
whatever is going to make him the most money. I hope he picks what he enjoys most. Because the last thing, like you could be a millionaire playing, but imagine thinking, like, I should have done baseball or I should have done
Well, they also don't
football.
have him in the first... Well, the draft I'm looking at doesn't have him in the first round even.
Yeah.
So.
For
football.
Really?
Nick Bosa's number one, obviously.
That shouldn't be there. I mean, we look at his brother and...
First of all,
And
don't diss Joey.
I was just going to say...
Second of all, he literally, like, cut his season short at Ohio State so he could be ready for the draft. So, like...
Speaking of Ohio State, I think Dwayne Haskins moving into the draft is a little early on my watch, at least.
Why? He was literally a Heisman candidate. He literally had, like, better numbers than Kyler Murray, but everyone's argument was the losses. That's the same thing as the playoff. It's always losses. It's always losses.
The losses and the mobility. He's
I mean,
standard
the losses do kind of matter. You know, that is the second line in the record line. And
Don't test me.
yeah, I mean, like it's like yeah,
No,
that's
but
the argument. That's because it's it's because it is the argument.
But also, the losses are on the defense. Why are you letting Purdue put 30 points up on you? I don't get it. Whatever.
Well,
Anyways,
why aren't
he
you
literally
putting
wrote-
up 35 points against Purdue?
Purdue.
No, I'm just trying to grind your gears.
I know you are.
I know
I know you
zero
are.
about college football.
No, he literally was like, so JT Barrett broke a bunch of like Big Ten records, like broke Drew Brees'
Where
records.
did he even go?
He's like been in and out with the Saints. Like he's on his practice squad, then they release him, and then they sign him again, they release him. He's literally been released and like signed like 7 times.
A guy like that doesn't even get what?
I don't know. I love JT Barrett, but Dwayne Haskins. The thing is, JT Barrett literally like never threw the ball. And Dwayne Haskins has an amazing arm. And that's, like, the difference between the two. That's why Dwayne Haskins is, like, so up there. Because he can throw a ball. And, like, you've got, like, Mike Weber and, like, guys like that who are your running backs. So they're doing the job for you. But, like, Dwayne Haskins can throw the ball. Like, a lot of our receivers are returning next year, which is blessed. But, like, Dwayne Haskins is hitting that target. Whereas, like, JT Barrett literally would not throw the ball, like, 10 yards. Like, what are you doing?
Now, in terms of NFL next year, I'm most excited to watch Lamar Jackson start from game one. At least I hope that's what they decide. I'm sure Flacco's time is kind of expired.
Does he get moved?
How dare you talk about the 2012 Super Bowl MVP like that?
Does Flacco get moved?
Like, traded?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Sam Darnold should leave the league and
Oh my god, him and Jared Goff both. That's what happens when you come from the Pac-12, the worst conference in football. You're a shit quarterback.
See,
You were awful.
Sam Darnold was in the same draft as Lamar Jackson, and I was sitting there and I'm thinking, I mean, it's too early to tell. Anything can happen next season, right?
Did Darnold go first overall? I don't remember.
Darnold went first overall to the Jets, and I was sitting there like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, how? Like, just look at his numbers, look at the way he plays. He's not a generation, like, not necessarily saying Lamar Jackson generational, although I could argue it. The fact that that they take him and he's just done nothing, right? I mean, I think the Jets are probably going to sign Kareem Hunt next year, so that'll be sparking for the fans.
Very
no, he
interesting.
wasn't. He wasn't first overall. Baker Mayfield was that.
Oh, right. So it was Baker.
Because that was like a surprise. Because we thought nobody was going to take Baker, and then Baker went first
I think
overall.
Baker. I thought Baker was
That nice running from the cops video.
Because that was the same year Saquon Barkley went, and then somebody from Ohio State went pretty high.
Well, do we
also.
think no one thought Baker was going to get drafted because Colin Cowherd listed him as undraftable?
Yeah.
What have I said about Colin Cowherd?
I hate him. I hate him so much.
He's just such a hypocrite. Like, he could be like...
Colin Cowherd.
Like, Colin Cowherd's, like, takes are like, obviously the Rams are going to win. And then the Super Bowl happens, and he's like, we all knew the Patriots were going to win.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're such a hypocrite.
He's the worst.
He's actually the worst.
I love watching him, though. He's so funny.
Yeah, but yeah.
Rookie of the year.
Oh, yeah, we got to get into
Saquon
awards.
Barkley.
Someone explained to me how Saquon won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, come on.
But while Patrick Mahomes won Offensive Player of the Year.
You think he...
No, but how does that make sense? So, like if you're the Player of the Year...
No, he won Rookie of the Year. Saquon won Rookie of the Year.
No,
No,
but
but he's
Mahomes
saying-
won Player of the Year.
Okay.
Offensive Player.
Okay.
So if you're the Offensive Player, which means you're the best offensive player
Okay.
in the entire league, doesn't that mean you're better than all the rookies, too?
No, but Mahomes is not an official rookie, right?
No, he is.
It's his first year, but he was... Hold on. Wait.
I don't know. I think that was just like a good way for the NFL to split it, but
Well,
that was just on my mind.
He won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. You're going to give him 3 awards? Like, come on.
I mean, like logically,
win?
yes.
He won MVP and then Offensive Player of the Year.
I don't know. I mean, it's just something that was on my mind. I thought it was funny.
Saquon also won.
I think Saquon deserves it, though. Saquon was freaking incredible,
He
especially
also-
with a trash quarterback like Manning.
He also won FedEx Ground Player of the Year, which is the same award that Ezekiel Elliott won his rookie year. Close to my heart. When he got snubbed for Rookie of the Year, but whatever, I'm not mad. Not over it.
That's good. And then
The best one is Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck.
I was so happy.
Where'd he go? Where's he coming back from?
Do you guys think Baker should have had that on Saquon, or do you think they got it right with the Rookie of the Year?
Honestly, like, it was so close. Like, I personally would have given it to Baker simply because, like, think about where the Browns were a year ago.
Literally, they won.
There were literally people pegging the Browns to not have a single win this year.
Yeah.
Like, and then Baker comes in, he doesn't start the first, like, 3-4 games or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as he starts, I can't remember who it was against, but he had that big comeback, had an amazing game, and then, like, from there the Browns were always, I'm not going to say in it because they weren't, but, like,
They were there.
They were there. They weren't
were.
doing trash.
They weren't
No.
the Browns.
They weren't
Bengals were
the Browns. They weren't the Jets. They weren't the Giants. They were
The goddamn
Yeah.
the Browns. Like, if you went into the Browns arena, you were kind of concerned. Like, you weren't thinking, oh, this is a walk in the park. Even taking the game against the Ravens, the last game of the season, like, everyone was like, I mean, I personally was rooting for the Browns because, like, it would have meant the Steelers got in, but
They kept it close.
but no, like, they
No, but
kept
even
it
if you looked
close.
at all
Like,
their scores all year, they never got like really blown out. Like they were always in the game.
yeah, like that would be my argument for.
In terms of MVP, though, sorry, you see Baker threw 27 touchdowns but 14 interceptions, and I think that's the only reason Saquon won. Otherwise, if Baker throws 5-7 interceptions, it's a different story. But 14 it's a little just shows that he is still young and he needs to. But you could argue it with Mahomes.
Honestly,
Mahomes also won FedEx Air Player of the Year, so he did win 3
Mahomes
awards.
won everything. He won. He
rightfully
won
should,
Pro
though.
Bowl
50
MVP too, right?
50 touchdowns.
Pardon?
He won Pro Bowl MVP too, right?
I'm not sure.
That
I
means
literally,
nothing.
honestly,
No one watched the Pro Bowl, but
I
it's
was-
just another
no,
thing to
but
put
like,
up.
honestly-
Pro Bowl skills challenge.
I did not.
Honestly, out of all the like major league all-star weekends, the Pro Bowl is the last one I'm watching.
Yeah, because it's just touch and it's touch football. It's touch football.
It's literally like everyone who didn't make the playoffs.
No.
You know what I mean? Like in baseball, there's literally like the all-star break because like everyone's in it.
Same with
Derby.
same with NHL, but the NHL one is trash.
But like even like
not as bad as the Pro Bowl though.
like NBA All-Star Weekend is still like kind of hype. Like
Yeah.
the Pro Bowl, I have no desire to watch.
All right. Well, you know,
And also Jason
we've
Garrett
talked
was
a lot
the-
about football here.
Yeah.
How long are we?
I don't know. Sandra, what time do you have to go at?
7.
You have to go at 7 or your game starts
My
at
game
7?
starts at 7. I gotta leave at 6:50.
Okay, so we got time.
Yes.
Decent time.
All right. So let's we'll jump into a little bit of basketball here. We don't have too much basketball knowledge right now, but we can do a bit of talks.
Kyrie Irving better stay with the Celtics or I'm gonna lose my shit.
He's not going to
Where's he gonna
Kyrie
go?
Irving's
Where's he
a
gonna go?
joke.
Where's
Like-
he gonna go?
anywhere, but
Where's he
there.
gonna go?
Like I don't know.
Where's he gonna go?
Couldn't tell you.
Where's he gonna go?
Let me,
Where's he
like-
gonna go?
Why don't
Lakers
you let me
like
speak?
everyone else.
I don't know where he's gonna go. But you know, maybe Dallas. Maybe join Porzingis and Doncic. Have a new big three. I don't know. But I don't think he's gonna stay with Celtics.
I don't think Big 3 lasts in the NBA anymore. It did when there was LeBron, D Wade, and Chris
Yeah, you're right.
Chris
It's a-
Bosh,
it's-
but now
it's-
it's Big 7.
It's Big 5,
10.
yeah.
It's this league's becoming a joke.
Well,
in
there's
my
about to
opinion.
be a new Big 2 with Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the Lakers. After the Lakers give up the entire
entire
house for him. I got to pull this up right now because I read this today and it was the new offer for Anthony Davis from the Lakers, and it was quite possibly the worst thing I've ever witnessed. So give me 1 second. Because not only are they trading the house for him in this offer, they're trading the entire fucking neighborhood. Okay, so they're offering to do cap relief for Anthony Davis by taking Solomon Hill, and they're going to give up Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, and 2 first-round picks.
They're giving up all their young guys?
Yes,
That like if
that was the
trade-
offer that Brad Turner tweeted today at 3:36 p.m.
If
That's
that
confirmed?
I don't know. I don't know if that's confirmed. I hope not.
if,
Oh my
if that
God.
trade goes through, that will be the worst trade in history.
I don't
Like,
understand it. Like you're giving up everything and everyone. It's like it's a win now mentality while LeBron is hurt and your team's not even doing that good.
Literally, that's the worst thing I've ever. Literally, all of your like future, you're just bye.
Instantly.
I could separate with Lonzo Ball, but Kuzma and like that.
Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, I think, is one of the most underrated players
He
in the
is.
NBA.
He's very
He's so
underrated.
good.
And Rajon's in there too, right?
Rajon's in there as well.
I mean, he's passing his prime,
Lance
but still,
you
Stevenson
think
as well.
those are playoff players.
Those are guys you need, yeah.
Yeah.
You need
They're already-
Rajon
the thing is-
Rondo chucking knuckles with Chris Paul again.
The thing is, I could see you getting rid of Rondo. I could see you getting rid of.
You would have
Stevenson.
to. You'd have
You
to give up
you
some
have
of
to
these
give up
pieces.
somebody to get Anthony Davis. Like you can't give up
Yeah.
Zach Hijazi and Sandro for.
Yeah.
Like I get it,
I'm pretty good.
but it's like shut up.
I got game at 7. I'll let you know how it goes.
Like, but you know what I mean. Like you can't give up nobodies to get somebody like that. But like you're literally giving away your whole like. I know they're not rookies anymore, but like all your young guys, like you're giving
Not to
all of them away.
mention the draft, the picks are about
2
to
first-round picks, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, even if you make the playoffs and, like, go far and probably lose to the Warriors, like, your first-round picks are still valuable, even if they're in the mid-20s, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Especially in a sport like basketball, because you've seen players
so
come out.
many.
So, that's the one thing for me. It's like,
Do you know who's like the first overall pick next year?
I have no idea.
Probably the Nets, like every year.
Maybe Cavs.
Oh no, Cavs would have it.
Cavs will probably have
Cavs
it.
would have it, yeah.
We'll have
They're
to see.
gonna
There's a
take
lot.
Zion?
Probably Zion. If they take Zion, I don't know. RJ Barrett's also making like a really, really good case.
Do you think Zion lasts in the NBA though?
Oh yeah, 100%.
insane.
The guy he's 16 years old, weighing in at like 260 pounds, putting up 30 points a game in D1. He's
I feel like he's bullying people, but like is Zion Williamson gonna be able to go dunk on Boogie Cousins?
Well, no, but no 17-year-old is.
No.
Yeah, you can't compare a guy in his rookie season to like a seasoned vet.
And like I understand that, but you look at some of these players that have come through and stuff, and Lonzo I think so far has kind of been a bust. These shooters obviously it's one thing, but you get these big guys and you let Zion Williamson come down on Jokic, like I mean, I know he's a great player, and obviously he's developed at this point. But like, I think he's going to be an interesting player to watch. I think he could either be generational or a bust, in my opinion.
I don't know. I can't imagine him being a bust when Steve Kerr is pegging him as the next LeBron James.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what Steve Kerr said, and then he immediately stopped talking because he was quote unquote gonna get in trouble.
There's also guys who have terrible rookie numbers and end up good. Like Russell Westbrook's rookie numbers are like absolutely.
Oh, they're
awful.
dog shit.
They're terrible. Mm-hmm. And like.
It's a matter of going to a good. Oh wait, no, no. The Knicks are gonna have the first overall pick.
Oh yeah. Wasn't
the Knicks are trash. Yeah, and they literally just traded their best player.
Yeah.
So
did you see that tweet that was like Dirk picking up Porzingis from the airport? And it was like the old man like shaking it. Oh my god, I was dying.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's awesome. I love the fact that they have a new big two. Like that was like my first jersey I ever owned was a Steve Nash Dallas Mavericks jersey, and I wore it to class in like grade 4 for probably a solid like 4 weeks straight when I got it.
Why am I not shocked?
Like it was the best. Okay, so considering our minimal time, we can jump into hockey because there was a decent sized trade for the one and only Toronto Maple Leafs.
I saw that.
Wow, exciting to talk about that one.
Very excited to talk about that one. Jake Muzzin is a Toronto Maple Leaf, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have 5 left-handed defensemen out of 6. But I don't care because it's Jake Muzzin, and he is a Toronto Maple Leaf, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was everyone's question going into the season is they're stacked on offense, absolutely no doubt about that. Tavares is doing nothing but what we expected him to do, plus more, and Matthews and Marner and everyone. And their goalie, obviously, Freddie's been great, but the defense, they found their number one in Morgan. They had him there all along. But do they have the depth in the defense? And I think Muzzin definitely helps answer that question.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, one more defense, one more second line, just
the
be
problem
great.
is,
But
the problem is, I mean, obviously Jake Muzzin is making $4 million a year for this year and next, which is like nothing. But you still have to think about the fact that we traded 2 people who weren't playing for the team right now, which is Sean Durzi and Carl Grunstrom, and we traded a first. None of which are taking cap hit right now. So all we did was take on $4 million of cap, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing. I will pay $4 million for Jake Muzzin every day of the goddamn week. But someone's going to go.
yeah,
Someone's got to go if you're going to pay
come back to
Morgan
Nylander.
Riley and Austin Matthews the money that you got to pay Morgan Riley and Austin. Oh, not Morgan Riley. Sorry, Mitch Marner.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, people are already talking about how Mitch Marner's going to get offer sheeted, but that's a topic for another time because that may happen and that'll be very funny. But yeah, someone's going to go, and personally, I think it's going to be Jake Gardiner.
Oh yeah.
I think he's done. I think Jake Gardner's gone, and I think Connor Brown is gone because
those are guys who can get injured and you're okay though. Like Jake Muzzin is.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think that without Jake Gardiner and Connor Brown on this roster, we can still argue cup contention, specifically because of, and I've been saying this for a while, I think I actually said this on the last time I was on the podcast, because of Travis Dermott. Because I still absolutely love that kid. He is so freaking gross.
Person that didn't even know it was him.
No way. I met him. I met him outside of Croc Rock in Toronto when I was living there, and I went up to him, I was like, "Yo, Travis," and he like dabbed me up, and then I left because I was
Didn't
like,
even know it was the first guy I met. My buddy who drove us, he went up to him, and after he goes, "Do you know who that was?" And I go, "No." Like, it looks like your average Boots Hick, and he goes, "That guy's on the Leafs, Travis Dermott." I go, "You're kidding."
Yeah, no, he's an absolute beauty. But
I met a guy who looked like Milos Raonic Boots. He wasn't, but he looked like him.
great story, Haley.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect on any
Thank
time.
you.
Back to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Sorry, I'm not a Leafs
so
fan.
I think I'll talk about the Leafs for days. So I think your team still looks fine. That being said, we'll see where it goes, and we'll see if any other moves are made.
Now, do you think Tampa Bay Lightning get shut down this year? In terms, like, do you think they go to
Dude,
the
like-
They're rolling.
They are so freaking good. Last
I
time I
said-
checked, they were up on the league by like 13 points, like the rest of the league.
They're
I
close
was
to
just
setting.
looking.
They're close. Like, they're not going to do it, but they're close to setting the record.
They have 8 wins on the Maple Leafs, and they have 15 points on the Maple Leafs.
So in the league, they have 80 points. Well, Calgary has 7, is down 7 with 73. In terms of division, they are 15 points up on the Leafs.
I just said that.
I was looking.
She did.
This literally happens every
They
podcast. I say something and just nobody listens to me.
They have
Love that for me.
Haley is very important. Just,
5 wins
want
on
to
any
put that
other
in.
My podcast.
5 wins on any other team.
That's
The entire NHL.
stupid. That is stupid.
The Islanders. Who predicted that?
Oh my god, dude, they're doing better than the Leafs.
Barzal. Wow.
Like-
wow.
Tavares left and they're like, screw you.
Well, they made Christ, what's his name? Damn, why am I forgetting it? Who'd they name captain?
Wasn't Anders Lee. It was.
It
No,
is
it was Anders Lee. It was
Anders
Anders Lee. Yeah. I knew that. Yeah, and like they're doing good. Good for them, man. They're 5th in the league. That big pickup of Komarov is definitely helping
Uncle
him.
Leo. I don't miss that face.
I loved Uncle Leo, but he was making too much money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how the Leafs go.
I don't know if I don't think the Islanders will be a playoff team. Like I think.
They'll make it.
I think no, they will for sure. But I think once they get there, I think first round if they're lucky, and then second round for sure. I just don't think they have all the. I think they're good. Like by the
What
end
does
of
it
the
look
season,
like
they'll
right
be figured
now?
out.
So Leafs are going to be playing Montreal if the playoffs started right now.
That'd be great.
That would be
I would
incredible.
love to
Who
see
would have
that.
thought Montreal would be where they are?
Yeah,
Not me.
Oh my god! Like there have been
Domi?
some surprises. Max Domi's been going off.
yeah.
So
Yeah, he's been doing his thing for sure. And the Bruins are actually farther down than I expected. Like Pasternak and Bergeron and Marchand. I mean, hate saying that name out loud, but
A rat.
the rat.
I actually, honestly, contrary to popular belief, I actually really like Marchand. He's
How can
good
you be a
at
Leafs fan and say that?
because
alright.
he's so good. He is, and like if he was a Leaf, I would literally buy 5 of his jerseys.
I don't hate him, but I love Charlie McAvoy. He's
I
special
liked
place in
him.
my heart.
I like that guy. It's funny you say that. So last season, we did our what did we the drafting
hockey?
fantasy hockey. Sorry, fantasy hockey.
did the draft.
And we all drafted our players, and with my last pick, there's this guy on my list. Charlie McAvoy's got no picture, and everyone in my league was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what? Who is that?" And last year, he actually put up incredible numbers.
Yeah.
I had him this year. on my team. I ended up dropping him.
Really, this year he hasn't been as impressive, but he's still, you know what, that guy's going to come into his own.
Yeah, I love Charlie McAvoy.
I also haven't updated my fantasy hockey roster in like 4 weeks. I don't even know where I'm at in the league. I was first for like the first like 5 weeks, and then like I dropped to second, and I stopped caring.
All right, so Sandro has to go be an intramural athlete. So I don't know if you've ever listened to the pod. If you haven't, I'm really disappointed in you. But we always conclude with our 3 stars of the week. We all pick 1 star. I will start. My star is Nate Ebner of the New England Patriots, purely for the fact that he went to Ohio State. Go get that ring. Love
There you
ya.
go. My star is going to be Robert Kraft.
For making out with Tom Brady.
And that was part of it. I mean, the guy he was rich to start, and he's a lot richer ever since these last 11 years. Good for him, man. That is goals if I've seen it. And then he also
still lost 2 rings to Eli Manning. And
He
we
did.
never let them live that down.
And you know what? It's fine because he's gonna go on his houseboat, probably with his 20-year-old wife,
And just sail off.
and
into
just
sunset.
do whatever he wants with any money he wants because he has fuck you money, and like good for him because
right.
that's where I want to be in life.
You're right. Who's
My
your
star, Julian Edelman, not even because he was 10 catches, 141 yards, but that beard itself deserves a Super Bowl. So,
That
And those
beard's-
arms, man, holy
yeah,
shit, he's
those
a
things
big
are
boy.
cut.
He's
Yeah,
a
for
big boy.
for a short.
When did he come back from injury? I thought he was injured, or was that last?
I don't know,
season?
but that
He was
beard
injured
is-
last season, but he was back for playoffs.
Like, was he last season? He was back for playoffs.
I think so.
Just
I could be wrong.
Between
Oh
him
no,
and
I'm thinking Danny Amendola.
between him.
I'm thinking
No,
of Danny
my
Amendola.
sister was like, "Who's Olivia Culpo's boyfriend who plays for the Patriots?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Danny Amendola." I'm like, "He plays for the Dolphins." Like,
He used to. He was a well-known dog.
Yeah,
No, he used to. He was
Yeah.
Edelman's replacement when Edelman was hurt. He like kind of. I remember that.
I saw a post on Edelman this week. Just she's my star, and that guy. I think he went undrafted. He was playing JUCO for a year. Didn't even get D1 offers, and then because he was actually a dual threat quarterback, and then he switched to receiver. Got drafted late. Between him and Brady, I mean Brady was what, a 6th-round draft pick, and Edelman too. The Pats just get lucky that way. But I think it's Belichick who does a lot of it.
Man.
But
JUCO's lit. Have you ever watched Last Chance U? It's my favorite show on Netflix.
It is very
yeah.
so
It is
good.
very good.
Have you watched the 3rd season?
I haven't.
Oh my
no.
god, the coach. So you know how the coach for East Mississippi is like nuts?
Yeah.
It's a new school. It's called Independence Community College. This guy's absolutely insane. Like I would.
It's on Netflix. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'll start
I'm
watching
terrified of him.
I've been
Like I'm
watching-
terrified of this guy.
I've been watching The Punisher. It's very, very good show.
I'm rewatching The Office. It's gotten to that.
All right,
As always.
everyone, send some good vibes to Sandro.